Hey guys, Austin here with Bourboneering. Welcome back to the Bourbon College turned Bourboneering podcast. This is the debut episode of the podcast since I shut it down a few months ago because of school. I'm starting it back up. If you're watching on YouTube and you've been watching my weekend review videos, this is going to take the place of those for now at least, as I am slowly moving and I don't have a studio anymore. So I can record anywhere, but I don't have the best video to record. So that being said, I'm gonna bring back the usual setup where I have a topic to talk about, not just a review, and then in the second half of the show being the review of a certain whiskey. All the rules still apply as my weekend reviews. I'm gonna rate it out of 5, and the top 4. The top 3 bourbons, top 3 ryes, top 3 others, and top 3 scotches, as well as one of each that you select, will go into my March Madness bracket battle coming in March. So today I'm reviewing Larceny, but first it's going to be short since I'm reintroducing the show and still getting the hang of things. But the topic today is kind of beginner or gateway gateway whiskey, whether that's bourbon, scotch, or what. And I'm talking about, in general, whiskeys around the Maker's Mark, or in this case, Larceny level, Buffalo Trace. Not, if you're into whiskey, not something that's fancy and high class, but if you're outside of, not really in a whiskey world, it may seem like more of a top shelf. So it's kind of in between there. That's usually where my gateway was. Maybe yours is different. Let me know if it's something else. It was something, maybe it was like a bottom shelf, like a Evan Williams or something like that really got you into it, or a lower scotch even. I'm not going to talk much about scotch today, but the same things apply. That even applies to bourbon lovers who are just transitioning into scotch, or scotch lovers transitioning into bourbon. That's going to be a whole different episode. But that could also be a gateway whiskey there. But today, I'm going to stick with regular gateway whiskeys. For me, probably I told the story of Buffalo Trace, but the one that really got me to realize I like whiskey a lot. I like bourbon a lot. Buffalo Trace made me feel fancy, and it's a great one. I love it. And I enjoyed it from the beginning. But when I had this bourbon here, that's what really flipped the switch for me and took me off the deep end, where I started buying a lot more whiskey. And that bottle is Larceny. I'm going to get more into it in the review on the actual stats of it. But it is a wheated bourbon. Excuse me. And it, for me, is a peanut butter bomb. And I love that. I love that in any whiskey now, any bourbon. It's an automatic like for me. And it started with this Larceny here. It was, it's relatively cheap. I think it's in the $20s. I can get it at Walmart in Louisiana. That's how, prevalent it is. Along with Maker's Mark and Buffalo Trace. But, not everyone knows Larceny outside of the whiskey world. And they just came out with a barrel proof, which next week's topic will be barrel proof versions of baseline whiskeys. And so I'm going to try that next week. But this week, I'm going to try Larceny. Like I said, this whole this topic part is going to be short today because I reintroduced the podcast and I don't want to get too far down a rabbit hole. I just wanted to kind of share my story, and then we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to try this whiskey. All right, so let's take a little break real quick. Hey guys, Austin here with Bourboneering to talk about Prestige decanters. Prestige is where I get my whiskey tasting glasses for all my podcasts. I do all my reviews with these glasses. They're a beautiful tulip shape. They also have a lot of fun rocks glasses and things like that, as well as beautiful decanters like their name suggests. Use the link in the description below and use promo code Bourboneer, and you can get 8% off your order at Prestige. It helps the show out, it helps you out, and helps them out. So check them out when you get a chance, and thanks for listening. All right, guys, let's get to talking about this whiskey. So, Larceny is a 92 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, very small batch, according to the bottle. I got this bottle at Walmart, believe it or not, here in Louisiana. Its average price, though, nationwide is $26.23. It is, again, 46% alcohol by volume, so 92 proof. And the distiller is Heaven Hill. Now, the story behind this bottle is really cool. So, John E. Fitzgerald was a tax man. And, he would, back in the day, he would come inspect the bottles to make sure they're all, everything's being taxed correctly. Well, being so familiar with the warehouse, he knew where all the good barrels were. So he would steal barrels, and he would steal pours from barrels and sell it as his own. So that's where the name Larceny comes from, theft, larceny. I think it's a really cool story. I don't know if it's true or not, but, it's fun. Whiskey's all about the fun stories. All right, let's get to pouring. Good pop. And like you just heard, I'm pouring into my whiskey tasting glasses from Prestige Decanters. Love these glasses. Go check them out. Like I said, promo code Bourboneer in the link below and gets you 8% off. Oh, right off the nose. Peanut butter banana. Oh, I love this. I'm biased. I'm going to tell you right now I'm biased on this one. Sweet. I mean, it smells pretty young. It's a straight bourbon, and I don't see an age statement. That means it's at least 4 years old. And again, it's a wheated bourbon. Peanut butter right on the front. Not as much banana on the taste. A little bit. Very short finish. But, man, that's good, and that's easy to drink. I haven't done it side by side, but I'd like to say I'd take this over Makers any day. I'd definitely take it over Weller Special Reserve. Just Special Reserve, not the 12, not the 107. Don't take that the wrong way, please. Man, all right. Let me get another sip of water and give you some more notes. I'm not giving you many notes on here because it's not really that layered. It's pretty simple. Peanut butter, white sugar sweet, like, light, just sweetness, no molasses in that sweetness, really. Short finish, all one note, but it's very, very good. Now, when looking at the rating for this one, like I said, it's simple, but it's $26. That's probably the cheapest bourbon that I would buy and drink neat. Now there's other baseline bourbons like Evan Williams Bottle and Bond that's cheaper that I would definitely drink neat that I really enjoy. But it's harder to get, honestly. There's a few stores that have it. I know where to get it. It's not like it's hard to find like a Weller. But this, I can run to Walmart and get groceries and get this bottle. So that plays a part in this. Also my bias of this being kind of my gateway bourbon. I have to give it a 3.8. I really do. I think I gave it a 4 when just talking with my friends. I'm going to give it a 3.8 more realistically. But it is so good. It's simple. I really like complex bourbons now. And this one is not that. It's not complex at all. But it's just good. It's easy. Nothing too offensive. A little spiky, but for its age, I think it's pretty good. All right, that's all I got on this one. Again, 3.8 on this. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for supporting the relaunch of the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm releasing this on YouTube as well, but you can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Google Play, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts. Thanks for listening. That's all I got. Thanks, y'all. Cheers. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want a glass like I use on the show or a beautiful decanter, go to the link below for Prestige Decanters. Use promo code Bourboneer, and you'll get 8% off your order. Follow me on Instagram at Bourboneering or on Twitter at InBourbon. Cheers, y'all.